everybody and welcome along to just a very quick little video today, because unfortunately we've had confirmation that the Doctor Who Christmas special is no more. Yes, there was a leak from Doctor Who magazine which is released tomorrow, which essentially confirms that there's going to be a New Year's Day special rather than a Christmas special for Doctor Who this year. Which for me, I have to be honest, is a disappointment. Of course, just a week or two ago I did a video talking about the rumours, because there's been loads of rumours around for the last few weeks, and trying to be fairly optimistic and positive about it wasn't actually going to happen, it's tabloid rumours and blah blah blah. But unfortunately it seems they have decided to go down this route and have scrapped the Christmas special, which of course we've had since 2005, since Doctor Who returned. It got the Christmas Day slot, we've had a Christmas Day episode every year since, but unfortunately we have sort of reached the end of that period, and clearly Chris Chibnall and the BBC have decided to go a different way in regards to the sort of Christmassy time. So yes, in some ways I'm pleased that we do at least still have a special at the end of the year, and that's nice. And for me, I think the problem is not about having to wait an extra week or anything like that. I don't really care about the fact that we're waiting long for it. That's not the problem. I think it's just for me personally, I think for a lot of fans who've grown up sort of with New Who back from 2005, 2006, maybe started watching, and then just having that as the sort of Christmas tradition every single year at the end of Christmas Day, after you've opened all the presents and all the excitement as a child, settle down and watch an Christmassy episode of Doctor Who at the end of the day, was just kind of like, that was my childhood. My Christmases were sort of having presents, having Doctor Who related presents, and then watching a brand new Doctor Who Christmas special at the end of the day. And it's just really sad that we're not going to get that anymore. Of course, it's not obviously the same situation for me anymore. I don't sort of have that same sort of feeling, I guess, in that sense. But I am definitely going to miss sort of not having a Christmas special to look forward to, an episode of Doctor Who to look forward to on Christmas Day. I know, yes, looking at quality of episodes, a lot of the Christmas specials are not very good, and so I don't think necessarily it helps the quality of the stories by having them at Christmas. It probably does the opposite. But I think it's almost just, it didn't need to be an amazing episode. It's just about having Doctor Who on Christmas Day was just kind of like a nice, heartwarming, happy sort of feeling and thing to look forward to at the end of Christmas Day. And so it is rather disappointing that we're losing that. Of course, in replacement of that, we're getting a New Year's Day special now, so there will be an episode, an 11th episode, whatever you call it, some sort of special that airs at some point on New Year's Day, presumably in the evening around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that, we would imagine. I think the intriguing thing about doing a New Year's Day special is what do you do with a special on New Year's Day? I mean, I guess my sort of personal kind of thought, perception, just feeling towards it is it's got to be a more significant story than if it was a Christmas special. I feel like a Christmas special, because it's on Christmas Day, you can kind of get away with doing something a bit more silly, a little bit inconsequential, not particularly important to anything, a bit of light-hearted Christmassy fun. But I just feel like, and that's fine, that works for Christmas Day, and that's the Christmas Day audience, that's what you're kind of expecting, and I think a lot of the time that's what we got from a Christmas special in Doctor Who. But now moving it to New Year's Day, I feel like that's a very different day. Although it's in some ways a celebratory day, it's very much not sort of in the same way as Christmas Day. It's not the sort of day I feel like where you could get away with having a light-hearted, comedic, silly, pointless episode. I feel like there's got to be a bit more to it. Maybe my perception's slightly influenced by obviously the End of Time Part 2 airing on New Year's Day. Up to now, I think certainly the only episode of New Who that aired on New Year's Day. I'm sure there was some Classic Who that aired on New Year's Day. Do post in the comments below and tell me which episodes of Classic Who aired on New Year's Day, because I cannot remember off the top of my head. But so maybe my perceptions are slightly affected by that. But I don't know, I just feel like it's the same as like Sherlock aired on New Year's Day, and they were obviously pretty big, significant episodes. So obviously you had the Abominable Bride special, Series 3 and Series 4, I believe, both aired on New Year's Day as well. So it very much has been a sort of a day for a big drama, and a significant episode of a big drama, not just a silly, pointless, inconsequential episode. So I'm hoping that we get something more significant. Maybe there's more opportunity to kind of have the finale of the Series 11 leading into this special, because it's not on Christmas Day. You've got a slightly different audience, more likely to be the same sort of audience that watch the episode, that watch the whole of Series 11. So maybe it's more possible to do, yeah, a cliffhanger ending to Series 11 leading into this New Year's Day special. Will this New Year's Day special lead into something else into the future? I don't know. Will it be a one-off? And if so, what do you do? What do you do it about? Do you tie it into celebrating New Year or something? I don't know, because it's a topic that might work for a year or two, but I don't really feel like New Year is a good topic to focus on a yearly basis. If that's presumably what they're going for now, at least in the Chris Chibnall era, is going to be Doctor Who on New Year's Day every year. But I do think it's worth noting that it is now very unlikely that Doctor Who will get the Christmas special slot back anytime soon, because in TV channels, particularly in the BBC, to get a slot of anything on Christmas Day is massive, and it's massively fought over between a huge amount of different programmes. And some programmes seal their slots every year, like you've got Call the Midwife, happens every year on Christmas Day, EastEnders. Up to now, Doctor Who gets Strictly Come Dancing. They're very much the stalwarts of BBC One on Christmas Day evening, and once you've lost that slot, it will be filled in a split second by 10 other shows wanting that slot. And so, unfortunately, Doctor Who ain't going to get that back now. Like, they've made that decision that they want to move away from it, they want to try something else, go somewhere else. That means it's not coming back, at least not for the foreseeable future. Certainly I'd say the next 3, 4, 5 years, we're not going to have another Christmas special. It will presumably be a New Year's Day special going forwards. I certainly hope so, and I certainly hope this isn't a way to slowly drop any sort of special at all, because that would be really disappointing if we lost any sort of special at the end of the year. I can stomach it having it as a New Year's special, but if we lost it completely, I think that would be a real big shame. And I guess the only other worry sort of relating to other rumours that we've seen going around at the moment was, of course, this rumour mainly came from the Daily Mirror, who were also the main leader behind the rumour about Series 12 being delayed until early 2020. And I don't know, just reading comments and tweets and hints and anything that I can find, I'm just getting a stronger and stronger feeling that Series 12 might not air until January 2020, to be honest. Particularly now that, because this special is technically is happening on New Year's Day, they can technically say there is Doctor Who in 2019 because it's an episode on New Year's Day, and then you can get away with not showing it again until 2020. Then could that maybe be an easy way to get rid of a special completely by just starting Series 12 on New Year's Day 2020? And running it weekly from there? Maybe do an 11 episode series, I don't know. But is that like a little sneaky way of slipping away a special? I don't know, that may be the route that Chris is going down. I don't really know. But one bit of the rumour I do just want to completely debut and get rid of, forget, ignore, that is not true, is that Chris or Doctor Who have run out of ideas for Christmas specials. That is complete and utter rubbish. That is purely a Moffat quote from a couple of years ago, pulled out about him sort of saying about himself that it'd be a struggle to write any more Christmas storylines. And he still sort of did persevere and write a couple more after that, I believe. And Chris Chibnall's come in. Of course, if he wanted to, I'm sure he could come up with a very good Christmas special idea. I'm not saying Chris is the greatest writer ever, but I'm sure he could do a Christmas special episode, and it wouldn't be down to sort of a lack of ideas that he wouldn't be able to do it. So please, guys, don't sort of take that perception and criticise Chris for not having the ideas for it. Yes, maybe if it's Chris's decision, I'm going to be disappointed, and I am very, very intrigued to hear what the PR line is on why there's no Doctor Who Christmas special this year. How are they going to positively spin this fact? Are they going to say something about New Year's Day is a better night for viewing and people are too busy on Christmas Day to watch Doctor Who? And I mean, it's not like everybody's done it for the last 12 years or anything, but I imagine it's going to be something like that. Certainly the one kind of line of argument, I guess, that could work in its favour is that generally New Year's Day TV viewing figures are significantly higher than Christmas Day. In the last sort of 5, 6, 7 years, Christmas Day viewing figures have significantly declined. They've just absolutely sort of dropped off a cliff. You see it with Doctor Who, but you see it across all TV because people are just too busy on Christmas Day. Now with the whole advent of catch-up and be able to watch stuff whenever you like, people just won't make the effort to watch stuff on Christmas Day anymore. So catch-up's been very good on Doctor Who Christmas specials, but the sort of live on the day viewing figures have not been very good. Whereas generally on New Year's Day, the viewing figures are just much higher on both on the day and catch-up, and it just generally hits a higher rating. So on that side of things, it does make sense. It does make sense for them to get a higher sort of audience, higher visibility by putting it sort of primetime New Year's Day slot. It does make a lot of sense, and that'll probably be the line they toe, to be honest. They'll say viewing habits are changing. Christmas Day is no longer the prime day for airing a special sort of festive edition of a TV show. It's now all about New Year's Day. I'm sure it'll be something along those lines, and it does. There is logic behind that. I think it is just overall a disappointment for the sort of the traditional element of it, of what has become a Doctor Who tradition, and sort of for fans who have grown up with this, it is rather a shame. But what do you guys think about it? What are your thoughts on no more Christmas specials in Doctor Who? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? You're like, I didn't really care, I'm fine with having it on New Year's Day. It'll be easier because you don't have to sort of watch it a day late because you're having to be stuck with family and everything. Maybe it'll be easier to watch as an episode. I don't know. I'd just love to hear what you guys have to think on this whole sort of topic, as well as also your thoughts on Series 12. Do you think it's going to get delayed? Are you sort of does this give you more concern that is the way Chris is going and that we maybe won't get Series 12 until 2020? Do let me know what you think in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Do remember to like this video, subscribe if you're new here. Do follow me on Twitter at EMS_Productions for updates on all my upcoming videos and my thoughts on Doctor Who as it happens. But other than that, I will see you again very soon for another video. Goodbye.